All right, everybody, come on in, come on in. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. This is Food Talk TV, and I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. So happy to see you all. We're going to do a couple no-cook recipes today. Let me tilt this, make sure it's right. Hello, Ronald. Hello, Maurizio. Hello, user. Come on in, make sure you are tapping and sharing. Recipes will go up on FoodtokTV.com. If you don't like to cook, if you don't want to cook, if you don't have a kitchen, maybe these are recipes that you can recreate. All right, so I have two recipes that I'm going to make for you all today. One is from Jazz Leaf, so we're going to do a breakfast yogurt bowl, and I'm going to show you all my substitutes. So for this recipe, the first one, all you need is a bowl and a spoon. I think that's it. We'll do some slight cooking on the second recipe. So I'm going to show you all what we are making today, but make sure you are subscribed to Food Talk TV. Food Talk TV has different cooking content every day of the week. I'm with you all Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. This recipe is from Jazz Leaf, who is a professional chef. I am not. I am just a struggle home cook and a mom. You guys are already coming in hot. Thank you, Alice, for the badges. Thank you so much. We are at 43 likes. Let's see if we can get to triple digits. Let's see if we can get to 100. All right, so if you are trying to hit your protein goals, or maybe you don't want a hot breakfast, or you don't have time to make a hot breakfast, let me show you all what came up in my feed. Hello, Gemini. Thank you for the badges. Susan, thank you for the badges. Reba, you too. All right, so I'm going to show you all this recipe, and then we're going to recreate it. All right, so
a little bit of breakfast. We went grocery shopping last
let me
night.
turn the brightness down so y'all can see. It's really bright.
We are at our Airbnb making a little bit of breakfast. We went grocery shopping last night.
Do you see?
We all grabbed the same thing. So I have a hack that Hunter actually told me about. So you take your Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is super, super high in protein. I think it has about 20 grams of protein in 1 cup. Am I right? Okay, so I'm going to take my Greek yogurt and put it in here. And here's the trick. And you can't do it with every single protein powder. There's only certain ones that work. And so in this little bag, I brought my Flav City Vanilla Cream Protein Powder. So the trick is to add a little bit of this into the Greek yogurt. And this itself has like 25 grams of protein in it. So we're going to add our protein powder into this yogurt. This is what Hunter does all the time. And I'm going to mix it all up, and then this is going to be the base for my yogurt bowl. Oh my gosh, Josiah's doing it here too. This is the trick that everyone uses to get like over 50 grams of protein. We have our really, really creamy
Alice, it's my struggle
Greek
fan.
yogurt here. It mixed super well. We bought this purely inspired grain-free granola for a little crunch, because you always have to have a little crunch. And then for our fruit and sweetness, we actually got frozen blueberries. We're literally all going to do the same thing right now. And I love it. I found my people. Okay. There you go. Super, super high protein breakfast bowl. I'm going to calculate the amount of protein in this. We have 38 grams of protein in this.
Mine's gone.
I'm shocked.
Thank you, Alice.
I cannot believe it. This is like my
And it's so filling.
Turn it
It'll
back
keep
on.
all of us full for like 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours. And it's clean and healthy and so delicious. You can get that cinnamon. Sick.
This is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like dessert.
Make
Thank
your
you,
daily
Kenna.
yogurt bowls.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. Wow.
Also, for anyone who is sensitive to dairy, if you use a plant-based yogurt like Coco June, Polina, Coco Yo, just add a full scoop of protein in it, and that's how you get your protein, your yogurt type protein.
That's such a good tip. I love it.
All right, y'all. So I don't know if you were able to follow along. We are going to make a yogurt breakfast bowl. So if you don't like a hot breakfast, maybe you're in hot climates, or maybe like me, you're a woman of a particular age. So let me know if this is too loud, you all. I will definitely turn it off. That's the struggle fan. So we are going to make a yogurt breakfast bowl. All you need is yogurt, protein powder, granola, and frozen fruit. So we're going to use frozen blueberries. So she used Greek yogurt. I'm going to show you all my plant-based substitute. And she's using her protein powder of choice. Again, if you have protein powder lying around and you're tired of drinking it, I love coming up with ways that we can consume extra protein without, drinking it if it's too chalky. Thank you all so much. We're up to 900 likes. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. All right, so what you need is a bowl and a spoon. So I have 2 bowls here. We're gonna mix in one bowl, and then I think I'm gonna distribute it to the other bowl so it can look nice for Food Talk TV, all right? So put a pin in that. We're gonna mix it in here. So she starts with Greek yogurt, and if you can have dairy, Greek yogurt is a wonderful source of protein. It keeps you full. You can eat it as a snack. In Greece, literally, it doesn't even come off the spoon, like the real stuff. I love dairy, it just doesn't love me back. So I'm going to use a coconut yogurt, and I'll show you all my substitute. But I think I have some Greek yogurt, so let's see if we can get both out. Okay. So if you can have dairy, the recipe calls for Greek yogurt, and oikos is really good. It's got protein, and this is a 0 sugar, 0 sweetener, and 0 fat yogurt. But I am not the food police. Use whatever works for you. We're up to 1,000 likes. Thank you, Jess. Let's see if we can get it up to 1,500. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and we are making a yogurt breakfast bowl. Thank you, Maria, for the compliments. You are too kind, sweetheart. And thank you all so much for the badges. Okay, so there's really no measurements here, so we're just gonna kind of eyeball it. So for those of you all that can have dairy, use Greek yogurt. Since I am your substitute teacher, I'm gonna show you my substitute. So this is what I ordered. This is so delicious, and this is a dairy-free yogurt, and this one is vanilla, but the key is, I don't know if y'all can see that, it's unsweetened vanilla, and that's really important. A lot of times on these substitutes, when they take out other things, they will add extra, I don't know, like fat or sugar, and so you really have to be careful because the regular vanilla has like 30% of your day's amount of sugar. Now, honestly, the Greek yogurt is going to be a lot thicker, a lot more substance to it. You can hear this one is a little bit more wiggly, a little bit waterier, but they said for the Greek yogurt, you probably do like a half scoop of protein powder. For our plant-based yogurt, and this one is coconut yogurt. So I'm using coconut yogurt. You can do almond milk yogurt, whatever works for you. I really want to do this one. The first time I make a recipe, I like to make it with all the ingredients and then do my substitutes. Because if I don't like the substitute way, how do we know if it's what it's really supposed to taste like for research purposes? But I can skip a meal, believe me. All right, so let me just wipe off the counter and wash my hands. I think I did it, but let me just make sure. So come on in, everybody, and then we're gonna get started. Again, this is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the Substitute Teacher. You are watching on Food Talk TV. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you tap and share. And we are making a yogurt breakfast bowl. Now, here's the thing. If you, it's where I live, it's still hot here, but in the summer months, if you don't want a hot breakfast, then this could be an option for you all. All right, so let me clean my hands. And make sure you're subscribed to Food Talk TV, dishes in the sink. All right, so let's give this a try. So we're gonna open up the So Delicious. Let me note in the chat, if you're a Greek yogurt, maybe find the Greece flag and put it in the chat. If you are plant-based yogurt, if you're a coconut yogurt, find the coconut emoji and put it in the chat. If you're an almond milk yogurt, find the, I don't know if there's an almond emoji, and put it in the chat. But you all can see here the coconut yogurt. It's a good substitute, but I'm never gonna tell y'all it's the same. That's why it's a substitute. But if you have whatever dietary reasons you may need to make some substitutes, maybe this can inspire. All right, so we're gonna get a bowl here, and we're gonna put a pretty healthy scoop. Let's do a ladle. So maybe half a cup or a cup, a big amount. So whatever you would say is for your breakfast. Now I'm gonna taste this by itself since it says vanilla, but it is unsweetened, and that's a hack. Here's the thing, you all, yogurts are a huge culprit for extra sugars. So if you're trying to watch your sugars, be very careful on the flavored yogurts. That's why I got this one, which is the unsweetened vanilla, all right? So not only is this dairy-free, this is also sugar-free, all right? protein powder, but I'm gonna taste it by itself. See how we like it. The consistency is a little bit looser, but I can taste a little bit of the vanilla, but it is kind of tart, kind of gets you back here. I'm actually pretty excited. So let's give this a try. Let me close this up. And whatever protein powder you have lying around, I think she used one that was vanilla. So I have several that are open. I'm just gonna get the Super Gut that I have because I think it has a good flavor. Hold on, let me grab it. Well, okay. I have so many of these. I wanted to get the one that was open. None of this is sponsored, you all. I'm just sharing with you all what I use. So this is the Super Gut vanilla protein powder, and I like this one when I make pancakes or anything. You can use protein powder as a flour substitute. We've done a lot of recipes with that, but this one is supposed to mimic the stuff that people are injecting. I am not a doctor. Do not listen to me. But this one is a vegan vanilla. And vegan just means that it's getting the protein from pea protein. A lot of protein powders use whey, which comes from dairy. So if you can have that, use that. So what we're gonna do, I just got a little bit left in here. We're gonna get the scoop, and I'm gonna do a full scoop. Thank you, Fran Diego, for the hearts. We're over 3,000 likes, you all. Let's see if we can get to 4,000. Alice says, where do you buy the powder? This one was sent to me. You can buy it on Amazon, but if you want to screenshot it, the brand is Super Gut, and I like it. I like to drink it, but I also like to cook with it, all right? Not all protein powders are created equal. This one has worked for me, all right? So we're going to do one full scoop, and then I'm just going to put it in here, and I'm going to stir it. So that's the first step. After you have your yogurt of choice, we're gonna add in a full scoop of vanilla protein powder. Now, before we do anything else, we wanna stir that in so that it's not chalky. We wanna make sure that it's nice and well incorporated, all right? So sometimes you gotta give a little bit of, how do you say, elbow grease. And it looks kind of clumpy at first, but if you keep going, it will blend in there and it'll give you like a nice creamy texture. And depending on, ooh, it smells really vanilla-y. I don't even know if that's a word. But depending on the flavor of your protein powder, you could do chocolate. They have like mocha flavored protein powders. You could do, there's one that's like birthday cake, strawberry. But just giving you all some ideas if you want a filling breakfast. So see what's happened now that we have stirred. It didn't take long at all, maybe because this is coconut yogurt, but if you do Greek yogurt, you just want to get it into a nice little creamy consistency, all right? Thank you all so much. We're over 5,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 5,500. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We're making a yogurt protein breakfast bowl. So far we have coconut yogurt, which is not the highest in protein, but it's dairy free. The recipe calls for Greek yogurt, all right? So the Greek yogurt is a lot more protein, but let's give this a try and see how we like it. This could be like your level one. If you're eating yogurt as a snack, put a scoop or a half scoop of protein powder in it. See if it'll keep you fuller longer so you don't snack as much. All right now. I like it. It's creamy and it's got a little bit of that chalkiness in a good way. Like it's got more substance to it. So you can tell it's not as jiggly. Okay, so that's level one. We have our yogurt and our protein powder. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is granola. So I have some more products that were sent to me. I've been waiting to sample them with you all. Let me show you all what we have. Now again, if you can eat regular store-bought granola, have some for me. But I am going to be trying, Magic Spoon sent me 3 granolas, y'all. And here's the thing, these are protein granolas. Somebody do the math, let's do the math. All right, so we did 3/4 cup. This is, oh y'all, it's terrible. This yogurt is under a gram of protein. So coconut yogurt, nothing. but the Greek yogurt is 17 grams of protein. So we have this magic spoon and we have 3 flavors. So I want you all to tell me which one you want to try. So magic spoon, again, just letting you all know, and these you can get on Amazon. So this is the sample pack. They have peanut butter, which I love peanut butter. And this is a protein granola. So it's got 14 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, and only 2 grams of sugar. I'm supposed to stay under 6 grams of sugar on everything that I eat. So if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, this might be a good substitute for you because regular granola, I don't know how many carbs are in there. Y'all can check it out and let me know. So we have peanut butter. Let me know what y'all think about that. We also have dark chocolate almond. This sounds decadent. This one sounds like dessert. All right, another protein granola. And the thing is, it's grain-free. So all of them are grain-free. So if you're gluten-free, all of these Magic Spoon granolas are grain-free. And they also have cereal. So if you like cold cereal, this could be an option for you. Y'all, we're over 7,500 likes. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get to 8,000. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. And we are making a very simple 2 recipes today. The first one is a yogurt protein bowl, breakfast bowl, okay? And then the last flavor is honey almond. So this one is probably gonna be your closest to a regular granola. So let me know. I think we should taste all of them. Let's give them a taste for research purposes. All right, I have my favorite. Marion says, where'd you find the granola? This was sent to me from Magic Spoon, but you can buy these on Amazon, and it was a 3-pack, all right? You can get any flavor, but I got the sampler. So you can see this granola here. It's nice and chunky. Let's taste a big one. This one is the honey almond. Mmm. Mmm. Help me. Mmm. Crunchy, sweet, but not too sweet, like regular, like too sugary. A lot of nuts here, so almonds, cashew, coconut. So this is not for you if you can't have nuts. Sunflower seeds, tapioca fiber, coconut oil, all of that. So grain-free. So we tried the honey almond. I would give it a 10 out of 10. One second, let me just, allergies are coming. All right. So that was the honey almond. You're welcome, Miriam. Hello, Mustard Queen is here. Pab says, you go, girl. Thank you all so much. We are over 8,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 9,000. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. We are making a very simple, high protein breakfast bowl with yogurt. All right, so we're trying some new granolas. This one was honey almond if you want to screenshot it. The next one, Magic Spoon grain-free dark chocolate almond. Let's give this one a try. I'm so excited. Ooh, it looks like candy pieces. What else would you all use this for? You could put it in milk for cereal. You could top it on your ice cream. You could do whatever. All right, so we've got this big old chocolate one. What's gonna go well with frozen blueberries? Mmm. 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 Mm-hmm. Mmm. Very decadent. You get that, what is it? The cocoa powder hit right off the beginning. So again, this one, it's got nuts, but no grains. I would give this maybe a 9.5 out of 10. For me, granola is kind of like that granola, like earthy. I don't know, I've never had chocolate granola. This is a little bit more closer to like trail mix with M&Ms. Still very good. This is the one that has my eye. Let's give the Magic Spoon peanut butter a try. Oh my gosh, y'all, we are at 10,000 likes. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. And if you don't like to cook, today is your day. We are doing a little bit team sweet and then later a little bit team savory. So we have the Magic Spoon protein granola. This one is peanut butter, all right? So you can see, let's give this one a try. This one is probably gonna be my favorite. Honestly, I would say 9 out of 10. All of them are very good, but I think the regular is probably going to be the closest to granola. So let's go with this one. This one has a hint of peanut butter at the end. I like a punch of peanut butter. So just giving you all some options. So again, for your substitutes, we're doing dairy-free yogurt. We're doing vanilla protein powder. This is the one that I'm using. And now we are going to put in some honey almond granola. How much? What is a serving size? Let's be good. 2/3 of a cup is a serving size. Should we measure or should we measure with our heart? All right, so we have our 1/3 measure. The handle fell off. So janky here. Lala's Kitchen says, have to try, love chocolate granola with peanuts and chocolate chips. Thank you. Are there any substitute ingredients, just so I know? Uh-oh. All right, it's fallen over. All right, 2/3 of a cup. Now, Miriam says, measure with your heart. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? Do you all want it stirred in? I kind of like it on top. We'll stir it in and then we'll do a little bit for a garnish, okay? Because again, this is a breakfast bowl. So let's just go ahead and stir it in. And here's the thing, reserve some of your ingredients for a little bit of a garnish. Because you can see once you stir it in, it's good, but you can't see it as much. And then the last thing is frozen blueberries. I do have some of those. I got this big old bag, and frozen fruit is great. Fresh is great if you can have it. I've got fresh blueberries too. Maybe we'll garnish with those, but when they pick them fresh and then they flash freeze them, I think they're wonderful. Funnily enough, you can actually use frozen blueberries in any recipe that you're gonna eat right away. Muffins, pancakes, this protein bowl, because I don't know if it's because of their size, but they thaw out really quickly. But even if they're still a little bit cold, I think it's yummy. All right, so we have our frozen Maine wild blueberries. Serving size is 1 1/4 cups. So you can get a whole cup. We're gonna do it, y'all. Let's go in there. Don't go nowhere. All right. Blueberries are great. I am not a doctor, but they got good stuff. I don't know what's in them, but berries are healthy. So we've got a whole cup. We'll stir inside, and then we'll save the 1/4 cup to garnish on top. All right? So let's do this, and then we're gonna put it in a bowl so we can make it pretty. I'm gonna do a whole, and these are kind of small. Whoa. All right, whew, it's cold in my hand. We got a whole bowl here of frozen blueberries. If you don't like blueberries, use strawberries. I even have some strawberries. You could put some of those on, some fresh ones as a garnish. If y'all want some fresh fruit on as a garnish, you could make this as basic or as decadent as you want to. So again, this is our breakfast bowl. We've got, whew, it's very blueberry-y. Maybe I went a little ham on the blueberries, but look at how the color's getting in there. All right, so I'm gonna taste it, and then we're gonna put it in a bowl for presentation, take a picture, and that's our one. So let's get a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of protein powders mixed in, frozen blueberries, and some granola. Blueberries are cold, but it's really good. I probably would want a little bit of sweet. I'm not gonna do it, but giving you all another option, especially if you're using plain Greek yogurt that's unflavored, you could put a splash of skinny syrups or any sugar-free sweetener. All right, so we have our breakfast bowl. Let's make our presentation nice. If you all want some fresh fruit as a garnish, put the strawberry emoji in the chat or the blueberry emoji in the chat, and I'll cut up a little. But since we gotta get pictures on Food Talk TV, y'all, I went ham on the blueberries. But I love the color. Fruits and veggies are a great way to get full with minimal calories. All right. And if you have kids or a man or family members that don't like fruits and veggies, put it in the stuff that they'll eat. All right. So we have our little bowl here. Let's put a little bit more since y'all said measure with your heart. Let's put a little bit more of our granola. Thank you, Andrew. Today was wash day. Y'all know how it goes. All right, so we'll just put a few on here. And you could do this with parsley. Anytime you have ingredients inside, save a little bit and put it on the top. We eat with our eyes and people like to know what's in their food. And then I will just get a few fresh blueberries. And let's do a couple strawberries just for color. My mom says your food, did I lose one? Your food should have at least 3 colors in it. So let me cut a strawberry, a couple strawberries really quick. But you see the deal here. You could do apple, you could do whatever you have on hand. So again, just grabbing a knife. If you want something different for breakfast, you want something cool and refreshing, this could be an option for you. And what they said in the video is that, you know, when you have this much protein, I don't know how much is in there, you all can add, this one up is 13 grams of protein, plus the protein powder is 1 scoop is 15 grams of protein for 2, so let's say 7. But you see what's going on here. You can make it your own, add whatever you like with ingredients you probably already have lying around the house. So I'm just cutting up a fresh strawberry and then we'll take a picture because these will go on Food Talk TV. Thank you, Rachel, for the badges. You all are so kind. Thank you for all of the compliments. All right, so here we have our bowl. So I think it looks really pretty. I might have too many blueberries stirred in there, but you don't have to do that much. Let me take a quick picture and then we're gonna move on to recipe number 2. So again, this is our high protein breakfast bowl. To make it really simple, get your Greek yogurt if you can have dairy. Our substitute, we did coconut yogurt, all right? So you have options there. And then inside the yogurt, you're going to put 1 scoop of protein powder of your choice. I use vanilla protein powder, all right? And then you wanna stir that up, stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. All right, sorry, an outburst. I don't wanna waste this, y'all. Hold on, let's see if we can do, I'm gonna try and make like a little dollop in the middle, almost like a whipped cream. And we know it's yogurt, but you know what I mean? There we go. Make it look pretty. All right, we'll take a picture. So you're gonna stir your protein powder in there until it's nicely combined and it gives it flavor. Plus it's gonna give it more consistency. And then granola of your choice. We use the Magic Spoon granola, which is grain-free, and we use the honey almond. So we have our granola for crunch. Gotta have a little bit of crunch. And then I just topped it optional with some fresh fruit. But I think this looks really nice. Y'all would eat that, you know? And you can make it as big or as small as you wanted to. This could be a side on like pancakes and bacon, or this could just be your breakfast. All right, let's take a picture and a video, and then we'll give it a taste. We gotta taste it. So let me clean this up so it looks like we're professionals and we know what we're doing. Don't be afraid to get up close on your food. Ugh, it looks beautiful. We'll take several from several different angles, some with the flash, some without the flash, and then we'll take a video. Yeah. So when y'all see that, we made it, we made it, we made it. It looks good. This looks like cookbook worthy, right? Let's do a quick video. All right. See if I can get the spoon in there. It's hard to do with one hand. Let's see. All right, let's go in. All right. Let me take a bite and then we'll go on to number 2. All right, so we have our yogurt, we have our fruit. Let me get some more granola. Greedy. Y'all, this is a big bite. Hold up. The fresh fruit on top just gives it like a nice little burst. Y'all, this is scrumptious. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. So that's number 1. Now I'm going to show you all number 2. Let me have one more bite. Greedy. Put that in the fridge. If you're a meal prepper, or if you're packing lunches, I would do everything except for the granola. I would probably put it in a little container on the side because you want it to maintain its crunch. But you could probably make that in advance and then just put your crunchy toppings on there. If you don't have granola, whatever nuts you have on hand. All right, so that was number 1 no-cook recipe. We are over 10,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 11,000. Thank you all for subscribing to FoodtokTV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. And I have another no-cook recipe. Well, there's a little cooking. All right, so let me show you all what came up in my feed. Thank you all so much for being here. And Alice, thank you for the badges. Thank you all. So generous. All right, so that was recipe number 1. And that one was inspired from Jazz Leaf. I actually did a collab with her. She is an actual chef. I am not. So that was the high protein breakfast bowl. All right, so just to recap what we did, you get your Greek yogurt and then you put your protein powder and then you stir it up. You can use whatever flavors you have, whatever yogurt you like, whatever protein powder that you like. Then she put, I don't know if she did the granola first or if she did the blueberries first. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. But once you get your base, and you can eat it just like that, it was really good. Then she put some granola in there, probably just a little bit for a crunch. We like that. Put your granola in there and then frozen blueberries. Put that on top. You could do any frozen berry medley that you like. I think blueberries are good because they probably thaw out really fast because they're so small. And then just stir it up and go. You can eat it chunky or together. All right, let's go on to number 2. Hello, Aaliyah. Thank you all so much for being here. Hello, Raheem. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you for the compliment, sweetheart. Okay, next one. Y'all ready for this? Okay, sorry, I just had to get that out. I have outbursts from time to time. We're making sandwiches. So we made a breakfast, a no-cook breakfast. Now we're gonna make a no-cook lunch, kind of. Watch this, y'all. I'm so excited.
This is menu hyperfixation. So good.
Okay, she doesn't really talk.
That one started.
We'll watch it a couple times and I'll explain.
So guys.
Is this March Madness or no?
No.
Apple sandwiches.
Menu hyperfixation.
Okay, y'all. So we are going to slice apples and then core out the center. Then she used the measuring cup to cut the cheese, cheddar cheese, put that in the apple. She spread some fig jam, put some deli turkey, a little bit of olive oil, bacon. I don't know what those microgreens are. I got arugula and then another piece of apple on top. And we're gonna eat it like the sandwich. Would you all eat this? If you would eat this, put the apple emoji in the chat. I have a few substitutes, but let's go ahead and get started on the bacon because that actually has to cook. You could buy like pre-cooked bacon. It's not the same, but I have a couple bacon options for you all. All right, so let's get that in the air fryer. So if you can have it, use your regular bacon. I've got this. I always keep the regular stuff on hand when I'm cooking for, the fellas, when I'm cooking for the boys, cooking for men. I always give them the regular stuff. I use the substitutes. But if you can have regular bacon, have some for me. So we got some Oscar Mayer. But this is what I'm going to use. I think this came either from Ingles or from Sam's Club. And I actually really like it. Y'all know sometimes turkey bacon and chicken bacon leaves you a little bit like, I don't know. But this is beef bacon. So this is actual bacon, but it's from beef. So we're gonna put a couple slices in the air fryer and let this cook while we're doing the other ingredients, all right? So I've seen this at Sam's Club, Ingles, Costco, lots of different places. Dane's girl says no, y'all would not eat it. Thank you all for 11,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 11,500. All right, so we're gonna open this up and I'll just do a couple slices in the air fryer so it can cook. All right, so let's do our drip tray. And I'm just gonna line this with foil. You could cook bacon in the pan, or if you have leftover bacon, this could be a good use of that as well. All right. I love the air fryer because it just doesn't splatter and we can do multiple things at once. It's been a while since we've made bacon. I love it. We were on a bacon kick for a while. I was doing it in every recipe. Marcus likes breakfast for dinner. So I do a lot of pancakes and French toast. You all, if you've been watching, I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher on all platforms. I make food and femininity content, and I've been doing the freezer door breakfast sandwiches a lot as well. So let's go ahead and put this on here, and we're gonna open up the beef bacon. I would say just a couple of strips because you can tell by the size of the apple, we're gonna need to cut it in half, or maybe even smaller than that. Let's see. My scissors, okay. So let's get in here. So whatever way you would cook your bacon, that's what you would do. Let's see if this will open up for me. Of all the bacon substitutes, honestly, the beef bacon has been the closest to the real thing for me. All right. Let's get that out. Come on in, everybody. Oh, for this recipe, you're gonna need a cutting board, a knife, and however you cook bacon. If you cook in the oven, if you cook on the skillet, whichever way you use to cook bacon. All right, so you can see here, it's giving you the nice little, what are these things called? Marbling. But this is from beef, so that's approved for me. If you can have the pork, go for it. I should have taken it out of the refrigerator so it could kind of separate. Let me see. Because if I pull off a couple sheets, we're cooking all of it. All right, let's see if we can get that in here. This one, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna cut it. All right, kind of shred it a little bit, but let's get it on here. Thank you so much for being in here. Call me Birdie. All right. So we've got 2 big strips of beef bacon or pork bacon or turkey bacon. Just here to give you all some substitutes because, we don't know what we like. We like what we know. And if you have to make changes in your diet for whatever reason, sometimes you don't know what is available. And I have been on the hunt for these substitutes for a long time. So I do a lot of recipe testing and recipe tasting, clearly. All right, so let's just get this kind of flat. This is gonna go into the air fryer and it'll shrink up a little bit like pork bacon, but not all the way. But however you like to cook your bacon, you could do the same. You could put the whole pack and put it in the oven. But we wanna have that nice, those flavors with like bacon and apple and turkey. I was thinking, someone said chicken salads. You could do like, I don't know, it's giving me those fall flavors. All right, let me clean my hands and get this in the air fryer. And then we'll clean off the counter and get our other ingredients out while this is cooking. All right. So we have 3 strips of bacon going into the air fryer. Hello, everyone. We're almost at 12,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 12,000. Thank you all so much. Welcome to FoodtokTV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie, and I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. We'll just keep an eye on that. I don't know, what should we call this? Like a apple sandwich? Deli? What would you all call this recipe? Who knows? Uh-oh, we got a few pieces that fell off. I'm just gonna toss them in there. A little extra bacon on the side. I don't think y'all would mind. All right, so far we've put 2 or 3 strips of beef bacon in. I'm gonna put this in a Ziploc bag, and then we will clean off the counter and get our fruits and veggies out. Okay, so whichever bacon you like. All right. So whatever apples you have on hand, again, this is another one. If you don't like fruit, or if you have family members that shy away from fruit, I'm very excited to try this apple sandwich. Now, have I ever made this before? No. Why would I do that? I do it on here with you all, just like we never had that protein bowl before, but it was excellent. I would say 9 out of 10. I probably would go lighter on the blueberries inside and mix in more strawberries, all right? So let's put our bacon away, and then let's clean off the counter. All right, so we are going to make an apple deli sandwich. So we are going to use turkey, but whatever deli meat you have, if you eat deli meat, or if you don't, you could use like leftover rotisserie. Maybe around the holidays, you could do leftover turkey, or who knows, even roast beef. When I see other recipes, it just inspires me to try all kinds of things. Thank you all so much. We're over 12,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 12,500. 12,500. I feel like it's an auction. Can I get 12,500? Make sure you all are subscribed. FoodtokTV has different cooking content every day of the week. I'm with you all Fridays at 5 Eastern, 4 Central. All right, let's clean hands, and then we're gonna get our ingredients out. All right, so for this, we're gonna need a cutting board. So again, if you're just hopping in, this is what we're making, an apple turkey sandwich, all right? So we're gonna slice the apples, we're gonna core out the center, we're going to cut a slice of cheese, put the cheese in there, and then we're gonna put a little bit of fig jam, deli turkey, olive oil, bacon, whatever greens you have, maybe spinach will work, and we're gonna make that apple sandwich, all right? All right, thank you all so much. Okay, so let's get the cutting board. All right, so for apples, let me put this wet paper towel underneath for stability too, because I don't want this moving all around. A little kitchen hack, so when you go to slicing, your cutting board stays still. All right, so I placed an order for a Honeycrisp apple, which is really big. Thank you. All right, let's open this up. I have Gala apples too. Gala apples are a little bit smaller, but I like them. They're in the fridge. But since we're making sandwiches out of here, I wanted to get the biggest apple I could find. And this one is pretty big, like it's like softball size for me. So we will wash this one, and this is the one that we'll cut. But if you like green apples, you could do apples. Twill says, I'm never making this. And that's totally fine. Food is subjective. Maybe you could substitute the ingredients that you would eat. All right? So just as comparison, the apples that I usually keep on hand that I eat are Gala apples, and they're more like baseball size, and the Honeycrisp apple is more like softball size. So since we are doing the slices, I wanted to get a bigger apple. We've also done the apple pancakes. Maybe that's something that you could do. You slice it just like she has in this recipe, but then you're gonna dunk your apple slices in pancake batter and pan fry it just like a pancake. So it's almost like, was it here that we did the bacon pancakes when you put them inside? All right, so I'm gonna wash this, but we're gonna cut this last because you know, if we cut into it now, it's gonna start browning. Thank you, Maria, for the badges. So I'm just gonna get it ready by washing it. And we'll get the knife and we'll get the slicer out, but let's get all of our other ingredients as well. All right. So green apple, ooh, I'm smelling bacon. I'm smelling bacon. All right, so we have an apple here. Bacon is coming along. So we're gonna need to cut into that. And I have my little slicer so we can get equal slices. All right, so for the cheese, she uses cheddar cheese in her recipe. I did buy some cheddar cheese. If you can have some for me, but I'm actually going to be using a goat's cheese. When I say I'm dairy free, I have to avoid cow dairy. There's something in the proteins in cow dairy that my body doesn't tolerate. It just gets me really congested like I have a cold. So if you can have dairy, Twills, you can't have cheese either, maybe you try. And some people who struggle with dairy, the harder cheeses are easier for you. So like a Parmesan or a sharp cheddar. I know for me, the softer cheeses like the creme fraiche and the fresh mozzarella, it's a wrap for me. All right, let me show you what I have. All right, so our first substitute for this recipe, the recipe calls for cheddar cheese, so this is just Walmart cheddar cheese. I'll probably use this in the Maggies that I'm doing for the Marines when I cook for Marcus. But this is what I have. I got this from Costco. All right, so this is goat's milk cheese, and it's in slices, which is rare because usually when I have goat's milk cheese, it's in the log, kind of like a spreadable cheese. So this is really exciting for me. I feel like I want to try it in the cheddar though. Ugh, that's the problem. So this comes from Costco, so it comes in like a 2-pack. So there's like 1 and then 2 over here. So we are going to use this goat's milk cheese, all right? Or should we use cheddar? I just got to see if I can get it open. Uh-oh, it may not be any good. Let's not risk it. We'll go ahead and do the cheddar, but just letting you all know that's an option. You can also get Manchego cheese too, which is a sheep's milk cheese. And that one is also approved for me, all right? So for the cheese cutter, I'm gonna clean out the cup measuring cup that she had that's got our blueberries in here, because it looks like this is what she used to cut her cheddar cheese, all right? So let's go ahead and get some cheese out. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do now is go back. We are going to cut a slice of the cheddar cheese, or maybe 2. It looked like in the recipe, she had 3 sandwiches. So let's see, I don't know how many slices we can get out of here. If we make them thin, maybe we can get 3. All right, so let's take off our cheddar cheese. With the real cheeses, if you get them out of the fridge a little bit sooner, because when they're refrigerator cold like this, it's hard to peel them apart without breaking it. So I'm gonna try and gently separate. But again, this is a sharp cheddar. You could do mild cheddar, you could do Colby Jack, you could do pepper jack. There we go. Whatever cheese works for you. So gently separate. You could use the, what is it, pasteurized, processed, like the Kraft cheese. It's not real cheese. Hello, cat dog. Thank you so much for being here. We have 13,400 likes. Let's see if we can get to 13,500. So I'm just going to use the measuring cup and just kind of put it on top here and press like a mold to get our circle of cheese. Let's check on our bacon. Uh-oh. I think I burned the bacon, y'all. I should have set a timer, but I'm like, I'll remember. Always. All right, let's put this on a paper plate. Maybe it's not as bad. Maybe y'all like it. Or I mean a paper towel. All right. I don't mind a little crispy bacon. All right, hold up. Welcome to the struggle cooking class. All right. I'll show y'all what we did over here. Okay. So again, this was beef bacon, and it did kind of shrink on us. Let me put a paper, let me blot it and see. Y'all might like it. But do it to your liking. Let me just kind of blot a little bit. It may get really crispy for us. So what do we think? Is that good? Or too done? Tastes like a bacon steak to me. Oh, thank you, cat dog. All right, so our bacon is done, or maybe well done. Looks good to you? Thank you. All right, so I'm just gonna sit this behind me. When we're ready to assemble, Avengers Assemble, we have our 3 strips of bacon, and this is beef bacon, but use whatever bacon works for you, all right? So we've got this ready. Let's turn this off. All right, so let's get our cheese slices. Let's see if we can get 3. So I'm using the measuring cup. Uh-oh, it didn't cut all the way. All right. Somebody wants the cheese scraps. All right, not perfect. 1. Let's see if we can get this on here. 2. I'm really excited about this. These flavors look like they go really well together. All right, not perfect, but you know what to expect by now. It's me, Breezy says the bacon was perfect. Thank you, sweetheart. All right. All right, so we've got 3 slices of cheddar cheese, or whatever cheese works for you. Or if you don't like cheese at all, I'm sure you can omit it. All right. So we got our 3 struggle cheese rings with some scraps on the side. Aw, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hand hearts. Thank you, H. Oh, another cooking queen. Y'all are too kind. Okay, so the next thing is fig jam. I have never had fig jam before. Now, usually, and I'll show you all a substitute that I got, but we'll try it. All right, I ordered some fig jam. Let's see, where did we put it? I think I put it in the pantry. Yes. Okay, so again, on this recipe, and I'll show you all again, she puts a little bit of fig jam on there. Now, if you can have the full flavor, have some for me. We will give this a try because I've never had fig jam, but just giving you all an option. You can find a lot of no sugar added or sugar-free jams and jellies. So this is apricot preserves. I'm wondering, we'll taste both of them. So we'll do one with the fig jam, and then this is just Smucker's. So a lot of your brands that you're used to have sugar-free substitutes. Thank you so much for the heart puffs. Respectfully, Rosie says it pairs well with goat's cheese. Ooh, maybe we should try it. All right, so let's give the fig jam a try. It's got some nice little specks in there. I'm excited. All right. So it's just a little smear, but you know, sugar adds up. So if you need to watch it, watch it. But let's taste it. Ooh! It tastes like a fig, kind of earthy, sweet, kind of like a light date. If you're used to eating like dates and honey and that kind of natural sugar, that's what it tastes like. So we're gonna put a little bit of this on there. But I know apricots are not the same, but I couldn't find a sugar-free fig. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe not strawberry or grape. And this one doesn't have the seeds and all that. You can tell this one is not real. But I'm here to give you all substitutes. Let's try the apricot. Since this is sugar-free, the first time we'll use the regular stuff, but if you're gonna make it over and over again, let's try the apricot. Ooh, bright, kind of citrusy. I really like it. So we have both options. And then turkey. All right, so I did get some carved turkey. I know some of y'all don't like deli meats, that's fine. I did get the carving board applewood turkey breast. Sunflower says fig jam is delicious. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Y'all like the kitchen, thank you. It is my happy place. I also have the regular deli turkey, you know, the one that's kind of like machine sliced. It's probably all machine sliced, but I'm gonna try and replicate what she made, and it looks more like real leftover turkey. So we're going to use the whole pack. This is 7.5 ounces. So if you can have 8 ounces of protein, we are going to use kind of the thicker slices. Let's taste it. It's starting to come together with the applewood turkey, bacon, cheddar, fig. All that's left is the greens. All right, so let me show y'all what I got. All right, maybe one of y'all know what this is. I don't. She put some greens on there. It looks like they're microgreens, so we're gonna do the turkey, the bacon. It looks like microgreens, and I couldn't find those. So what I got instead, baby arugula. Now I know arugula's kind of peppery. Some of you like it, some of you don't. It's not my favorite, but I wanted something that would kind of replicate what she had in her sandwich. But if you don't like this, if you can do the microgreens better, even better. But I have some fresh spinach too, so this might be good. Maybe we'll do both, all right? So now I think we're ready. We have our turkey, we have our jam, we have our cheese. Let's go ahead and cut into our apple. And I wanted to do that last so we can assemble. Oh, we need a little something to core out the center. Hold up. Do I have a little piping thing? I'm not a baker. You know what? I don't know if this will work, but we'll try it. We'll try and get out the center. I don't know if that's gonna work. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna cut this apple. This is a Honey Crisp. I got the biggest apple I could find. Let's put the cheese away. Let's get ready to assemble. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so for this, we want to cut on the cross section, okay? Because we want apple rings and we want to be able to get the core out of the center. So we're going to turn it onto its side, and I'm actually going to use, this is not an Afro Pick, this is actually Pampered Chef. It's a little slicer, and I'm just going to press it in, and then you align the knife with this so it gives you even slices for tomato, for onion. And I'm going to do, we need 6 if we're going to make 3 sandwiches. So let's see. All right, we got that. See if I do every... Let me focus. I'm doing them kind of thin. You could do them thicker if you wanted to. I'll go ahead and cut the whole thing because I'm going to eat the whole apple. All right. So let's see what we have here. Not bad. Let's see if we can get the little center out, and then I'm going to try and move quickly so it doesn't brown on me. You could do some lemon juice. Okay. That worked. All right. So we have our slices here. I'm getting excited. Let's see if I can get 6. Okay, now how do I get it out? All right, I'll dig it out later. Yeah, maybe just pop it out like that. Some of these don't really have much of a center. I'm getting excited. This could be a great, thank you so much. This could be a great, getting the kids involved. I love getting the kids in the kitchen, you know, because again, without the bacon, I mean, there's really nothing to cook here. This could be a nice activity. Again, getting the kids to eat fruits. We'll just skip this one. It's got this little star in there, no core. So honestly, you don't really have to do a lot of coring. Thank you all so much. So we just need 6, and then we're gonna get a plate and start making our sandwiches. So 2, 4, try and get them that are about the same size. We could do more than that. I'm excited, y'all. Let's taste the honey crisp. Ah, Cookie says use a toothpick to pop it out. All right. All right. Let's get a plate and assemble. Avengers assemble. All right. So let me look at the, y'all know I can mess this stuff up. All right, so we're gonna make 3 of these sandwiches just like she has on her plate. So we've cut our apples, we've done that, we've cored out the center. We got our 3 slices of cheese. So we're gonna put the cheese on, the jam, the turkey, olive oil, I forgot olive oil, bacon, greens, and then the apple. Okay, let me grab some olive oil to drizzle. Again, substitute. MCT oil is the one that's been approved for me, but you know, we'll go ahead and use olive oil. Let's go ahead and get our, all right, let's put it together. All right, we got our apples. I've already forgot. We got the core out of the center. Cheese goes first. All right, so let's put our cheese on. And it's okay if it's not perfect. I'm sure it'll taste good. Let me move it back so you all could see. Okay. All right, so we have our apple and cheese. Thank you all so much. We're at 15,000 likes. Thank you all so much. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Come up with a name for this. I don't know, y'all. Let's do the fig jam next. So we're just gonna put a little smear of, let's do fig jam on 2. And then 1 with the apricot jam. Now this is not sugar-free. I did buy the fig jam because that's what she uses, but let me know if anybody's ever seen a sugar-free fig jam. It's really good though. Oh my God, it's real sugar. And let's try the sugar-free apricot jam. Just giving you all some options. Okay, so let's put on a nice little dollop of the apricot jam, since that one's sugar-free. If you want to do like, I don't know, mayo or whatever you want. All right, yummy. So we've got that. We have our apple slices, we have our cheddar cheese or goat's cheese if you need a substitute. All right, then we did our fig jam. I think next is the turkey, and I'm gonna use the whole pack. So we're using the deli carved turkey. I probably should tear it in half. Crispy apple. You'd call it a crispy apple turkey and bacon sandwich. So get in there with your protein. This is what's gonna keep you full. I am not a doctor, but I'm using the whole pack of turkey. It's 7.5 ounces. So if you eat like 8 ounces of protein or 7 ounces. All right. Sugar-free blackberry would be good. Ooh, who makes it? Let me know. Apple Club sliders. That's a great idea. All right, then she puts a little bit of olive oil. So I'm just gonna put this on a spoon and drizzle it so it doesn't just come all the way out. I don't know what the olive oil does, but maybe it just gives it a little bit of, instead of mayo, maybe. So let's just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on each one. And I'm just gonna use the back of the spoon to kind of Get it in there. You know we want it on every bite. All right, so we have our olive oil. In Europe, they use this for everything. Cooking, bathing, frying, everything. Smucker's and Palander makes it. Ooh, yes, with fig jam. Apple Club sliders. Thank you all. All right, so we have our olive oil. Next is the bacon. So I used beef bacon. I thought I burned it, but y'all said it was okay. And I think I'll cut these in half so that they fit on. Or, ooh, they're nice and crispy now. Let's see if we can, oh yeah. Okay, now you have my attention. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let's put the bacon on here. The crispy beef bacon. I'm getting excited. When I get excited, then I start messing up stuff. All right, got our nice little crispy beef bacon with the marbling and the good healthy fats. All right, so here's what we have on now. And then last, she puts the microgreens. I'm gonna use a little bit of the arugula, and then I'll do one with spinach, because I'm not a huge fan of arugula, but whatever greens you have, I'm sure it would work. Ooh, it smells fresh. It smells salady, if that's a word. And then let's do this one with a little bit of spinach and just put that on. Y'all, it's so pretty. All right, and then all we have to do, all right, move quickly before they brown. All right. And then this one's got a little bit of brown core, but it's okay. What do you all think? I can't wait to take a bite. But let me take a picture first. Okay. Let me take a picture over here so we don't have to move everything because I want to eat it. It is now. What do you all think? Crispy apple slider bites? Would y'all eat this? Some of y'all are like, I would never make that. But low carb, fruits, bacon, all of that. Pretty? All right. Let me take a quick picture. Pictures and videos will go up on Food Talk TV. Looks perfect. I know, I'm so excited. All right, hold up. You want to get a good cross section so you get the jam. You get the jam on it, jam. It ain't too much jam. I know. Focus, Maggie. Hold up. Here I come. Ah, yeah, we got bacon. Can we see the cheese? Got to make sure we see everything. Okay, I think that's the best side. And then let me do a quick video. All right. All right, so this is what we made. All right, so this is our apple club sliders. We cored a Honeycrisp apple, one whole apple, took out the core, cheddar cheese, use a measuring cup to cut it into a circle, some fig jam, some deli turkey, a little bit of olive oil, some bacon, and some arugula or whatever that is, and another apple. Y'all ready? I know, I'm so excited. Okay, hold up. We got a piece of bacon that fell out. Get back in there. All right, which one do we want to go for? All right, y'all, I'm excited. All right, y'all see that? We got the cheese. We got the jam. Oh my God. So excited. Hold up. Oh yeah. Y'all, I'll probably put extra bacon. It is so good. It's kind of like fresh, but a little bit of fall. You have the saltiness and the crunch of the bacon, the turkey. I probably put a little extra cheese in there. We did it their way. So greedy, y'all. And honestly, I don't mind the arugula. I'm not a huge arugula fan. Y'all, Let me cut one. And then I'm gonna let y'all go because I'm about to tear this up. I've been waiting all day to eat. Let's see if I can get in here for you. It is so good. Everything blends together so well. I would have never thought to use apples as the bread. It tastes like a mayonnaise-free, like chunky chicken salad. So you know, like a chicken salad with like, I don't know, raisins and celery and all that stuff without the mayo. You could put mayo on it if you wanted to. Let's try a little bit of mayo. See how we like it. And then I'm gonna let y'all go. Because I'm about to tear it up. Hold on. It's in the other fridge. Now, if you add mayo, this is not gonna still be low calorie, but I just wanna put a little bit of mayo on one slice. The olive oil is giving it some of that, you know, flavor that you're probably missing from the mayo, but I'm just gonna try it on one, and then I'm gonna go sit down and enjoy myself. Oops, I'm so excited, y'all. So anyway, I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. This has been Foodie Fridays with Maggie. If you don't like to cook, or you can't cook, this could be great picnic food. Ladies, for a date, you could pack all of this stuff, the fig, the apple. All you really need is a cutting board, the cheese, and your deli meats, and then you could assemble this and eat it fresh. You would need to have bacon. Oh, mama. The sweetness of the fig jam, the creaminess of the cheese, and the apple is sweet and crunchy. The savoriness, is that a word? I don't know, it is now. The savoriness of the turkey, the fattiness of the bacon. Y'all, okay, I better stop before I hurt myself. Y'all see that? Y'all would eat that. Charcuterie, yes. Okay, let's wrap it up. I gave you 2 recipes today. A breakfast was our high protein yogurt bowl. This is yogurt, Greek yogurt, or any yogurt of your choice. Sarah says, what are you eating? Mixed with protein powder, frozen blueberries, and granola mixed in, and then we topped it with some fresh blueberries and some strawberries. Amazing. Oh, y'all want me to try that apricot one? Okay, if you insist. Hold up. I think it's this one. No, that one has seeds. This is the apricot one. Y'all, it's falling apart. Get back in there, bacon. Get back in there, turkey. Let's try the apricot one for research purposes. And the spinach. All right, let's give this one a try. Very good, but I'm gonna be very honest with you. Even though I don't like arugula, I like the original one better. I think the fig jam has more of a punch to it, and it's not sugar-free, but if you use it sparingly, maybe a little is not bad. And I think because the arugula is peppery, it really stands up to the turkey. Y'all, this is so good. I'm about to... So anyway, you had your breakfast, and then what I was eating, this was our apple turkey sliders, okay? So to make this, Honeycrisp apple, cut it crossways, core out the center, cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you can have, cut into a circle, fig jam, deli turkey or rotisserie chicken, whatever you have, olive oil, bacon, whatever greens you like, and another apple. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, all right? You loved it all. Thank you, Cat Dot. And we are at 17,000 likes. So thank you all so much. Make sure you're subscribed to Food Talk TV. Food Talk TV goes live every day. Our charcuterie sandwich. I love that, Lori. Food Talk TV goes live every day with different cooking content. I'm with you all on Fridays. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I cook with sugar, dairy, and gluten substitutes, hoping to inspire you all with some new things. But I'm going to eat this breakfast and lunch. This was incredible, healthy, and I think the whole family would like it. So I'll be back with you all next week, Friday. And if you want to find me on social media, I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher on all platforms. I make food and femininity content, not streaming tomorrow. I'm traveling to Boston, so shout out to Boston. One of my students is getting married, so I'm going to her bridal shower. But if our next stream, if you want femininity content, that will be Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then my cooking content is Mondays and Fridays. All right, everybody? And the recipes will go up on Food Talk TV. Stacy says, Miss Obama, you all are too funny. All right, everybody. Let you all go and see you all on the next one. I appreciate it. And thank you all for all of the gifts and the shares and everything. Bye.